you're not Bruno Mars, you're not Jay-Z, so it really doesn't make a difference when the people show up. Our job as salespeople is to be there waiting to accommodate them. I had a lady in Pensacola, Florida, probably 10 years ago, come in, and you want to talk about at the end of the demo, because I'll tell you there's a little secret that I learned, all right? Everybody exaggerates. So when you tell me that somebody came in 30 minutes late, in my mind, I automatically know they came in 10 minutes late. And you can giggle under your breath right now that, oh, how does he know that? But you know that I'm right, okay? But because you're into your script, and because you've went past a certain point, they're not getting in. Stupid to me. The more people you're in front of, the better off you're going to be. But this lady came in late. When I tell you late, I mean like I'm getting into the close late. So I immediately told my assistant at the time, I said, dude, get her out of the room. Because this is at the close. And she made a stink in the back of the room. Didn't disrupt the room, but made a stink, and I saw that she was still sitting in the back of the room. So I said, okay. So I just went about what I had to do with the close. Got to the end, she comes up to the front, she goes, look, your assistant tried to get rid of me because I was so late, and I apologize, but I was at your competition's presentation across the street. She goes, I just saw their stuff, I wanted to come over and see your stuff. I didn't need to see the whole presentation, I just wanted to see the quality of your stuff. I like your stuff a lot better. And she ended up buying in the neighborhood of $2,000 with cash dollar bills. So you never, ever, ever know who you're throwing out of the room either, okay? Something else that I used to use, I used to try to pick out, again, talking in pictures, okay? Is it raining outside? Talking in pictures. I used to take the youngest girl that I could find in that room, and I would ask her, and I'd single her right out, and I'd say, look, I know you're not supposed to ask this question to a woman, but sweetie, how old are you? I'm going to guess maybe 16, 17, 15. Okay, great. How many meals would you say you've eaten from the time you were born until now? So many you can't even count them, right? Thousands, tens of thousands of meals, right? Snacks, breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything, right? Yes, okay. Up till now, who cooked most of those meals? Was it you or was it someone else? Mom, grandma? Yeah, it was someone else. Okay, great. Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news here, but how many meals do you think you're going to eat from now until the time you die? Hopefully 5, 6, 7 times the amount that you've already eaten, right? Yeah, way more than I've already eaten. I'm only 17 years old. Yes. Okay. So if you live to be 80, you're going to eat at least 4 times, maybe 5 times more than you already ate, right? Yeah. Do you plan on having a family? Yes. Plan on having kids? Yes. Okay. Now, up until now, you said someone else cooked all your meals, right? Yes. Who do you think's going to start cooking the meals from now until the end? You? Or is mom moving in with you or grandma moving in with you? No, it's me. Okay, yeah, we don't think about that. The more you cook, the more the product is going to save you, the more convenient that it actually is for you, okay? Let me tell you this, when I started selling this product, okay? But what you did with that story is you just painted that picture for the girl who, up until now, the extent of her cooking was Captain Crunch and Pop-Tarts. You just painted the picture of reality to her by telling that story and getting her involved. And with these stories, when I interact with the group, with, whether it's on a one-on-one, I'm always interacting if I'm with a one-on-one. With a group, it's a little bit different. But when I'm interacting with them, I'm not telling them things. I am getting them to tell me things. And every time they tell me something, they're telling me that they're buying. Okay? When I started selling this cookware that we have, I remember going home to my mother and doing the presentation for my mother and showing my mother and my parents all set of cookware, and they said, no, that's crazy. That's way too much money. We're not getting that cookware. So shortly after, and I still lived at home with my parents at this time. Shortly afterwards, I bought a set of the cookware. My mom started using it. I remember every single Sunday was our family day of the week where we all ate together. I don't know if anybody comes from a family like that, but My dad worked at night. We were in school all day. He would leave for work when we were just getting home from school. So he ate his dinner at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then we had baseball and sports and different events. And, the older that the kids got, we were all just going in different directions. But Sunday, no matter what, you lived under that roof. Sunday was the one day of the week where you all ate together. Anybody come from a family like that? Okay, great. Show of hands. All right, good. I remember, and I grew up in New Jersey, all right? I remember my mom every Sunday would get home from church and she'd start cooking 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And, she'd be all done up from church, hair, makeup. She looked like maybe Marge Simpson with her hair all done, nice and high. And by the time we ate, she would look like Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Tell me if you've ever experienced this before, okay? And I'm starting to get laughs now. People are smiling because I'm telling a story and they're relating to the story, okay? My mom used to cook a roast every single Sunday, okay? And at this point, the extent of my cooking was Captain Crunch and Pop-Tarts. I didn't know much about it, but here's what I knew. My mom would spend 2-3 hours in the kitchen every single week cooking, okay? The house would be 5,000 degrees. And here's the deal. When you grow up in a cold weather area like New Jersey or upstate New York or Michigan or Wisconsin or Ohio or Indiana or any of these other places, you can't crank up the air to cool down the house, and you can't open up the windows when it's 2 degrees outside. I mean, heck, I remember we used to seal the windows in the wintertime. Anybody ever do that? You do that when you were a kid where you were? Or anybody ever do that? You would take plastic and seal the outside of the windows to keep the heat in, to keep your energy costs down, okay? It would be 5,000 degrees, and that was it. All right? I remember specifically, we're all in the living room watching football. And my father says, hey, hey, Peg, when are you going to start cooking? And she says, I cooked, it's done. We didn't know this for a few reasons. And this was with the new cookware, okay? Number one, the house didn't get hot. Because the way our cookware cooks, it cooks in, it doesn't cook out, it cooks in the sealed vacuum, it doesn't heat up. It also does not let off any smell. Do you know that any smell you ever cook fish and the whole neighborhood knows you're having fish? Well, if the neighborhood didn't know that, your fish would taste better because any smell that's let off is flavor that you lose, okay? So the house didn't get hot. We didn't smell it cooking. And what normally used to take my mom, let's just say 3 hours to cook, she cooked the whole meal in about 45 minutes, okay? What my mom was most excited about, though, was this. Every single week, she used to cook a roast, okay? Every week, she'd go to the grocery store and buy a roast. When she started using our cookware, the meat no longer shrank. Have you ever put a 5-pound roast in the oven and it comes out like a 3-pound roast? And you ever say, oh my goodness, where'd the other 2 pounds go? Because meats are 60 or 80% water and they evaporate when you put them in the oven, okay? My mom's roast didn't shrink. What was exciting to her is now every week when she went to the grocery store, instead of buying a 5-pound roast, she only had to buy a 3-pound roast, and she saved $6 or $7 every single week just on that one piece of meat alone. Okay? Let alone she didn't have to spend 3 hours in the kitchen and sweat like a crazy person, okay? If you could save $7 a week, what would you do with that extra money? Could you, show of hands, if I told you all using this cookware you could save $7 a week, and that's just on one piece of meat, my mom did it, okay? Who could find something to do with an extra $7 a week? Say it's exaggerated. Say the cookware only saved you $2 a week. Who here could use an extra $2? If I was going around giving away $2 right now, who would take it? Okay, great. See, $2 a week, $7 on a piece of meat, $40 a month, $400 a year, however you want to break it down. That's not what you save by using this. It's what you lose by not using it, because the cookware saves you money that you don't even realize that you're spending. Okay? How many times have you gotten home at night and you just you guys eyeball each other and you don't even have to say anything and you know what that look means? Oh, you're not cooking either? Okay, great. Where should we call? Well, we did Italian last night. Or we don't even make it home anymore. We call from the cell phone. Or we shoot a text. You cooking? Nope. Okay, great. I'll stop it. Taco Bell. I'll stop at Chili's. I'll stop at whatever. Okay? Most engaged couples today eat out on an average between 5 and 8 times a week. I don't know if you know that, but 5 to 8 times a week eating out. Okay? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that they go out to a fancy dinner 5 to 8 times every single week, but whether it's Pollo Tropical here, McDonald's there, pizza here, Chili's there because nobody wants to cook, and then on Saturdays, sometimes they're going out twice, and on Sundays, and how much money are you spending? And why do we do it? Because cooking is such a pain in the rear end, and then you got to clean up, and you don't have to do anything with that. With our cookware, look how easy it is. Put the food in, set the temperature valve, put it on, wait for it to whistle, shut it off, boom, it's done, it's ready. How easy is that?